Good morning, guys. It is currently 7:40 in the morning. I'm just getting ready because I have an event at work today. I have a presentation that I have to give at work. So I'm gonna do my makeup and we're just gonna yap a little bit and catch up with each other. Presentation that I have for work today is our QI project, which stands for quality improvement, and basically we're required to do a quality improvement project every single year. And this year my project with my co-fellow actually got chosen to go to the next level. The winners from each residency or fellowship program that wins, and then they present all together. I'm going to be presenting in front of, the cardiology people, the internal medicine people, the orthopedic people. You get the gist. Basically everybody's going to be there to present my project, and if it wins, they give you the funding to implement your project. That's really exciting, but that's a little stressful because I also feel like that's a lot of responsibility. I really do wish that I would be able to get the funding to implement our project. I do want to win, but also I'm a little bit nervous again because of public speaking. I actually have a fear, not a fear, I wouldn't say a fear of public speaking, but I don't love to public speak, and I feel like I was always that way when I was a kid too. I was kind of more on the shy side as a kid. My mom always tells a story about how when I was a little kid and I went to McDonald's, I wouldn't want to play with any of the kids in the playpen. I would want everybody to get out of the playpen before I got in to play by myself. I just need the whole thing to myself. I don't know, I feel like that's just only child syndrome. I never really grew up doing any public speaking. Like I said, I was a little bit shyer growing up. I did do things that helped me to express myself. So I did a lot of dance growing up, and I feel like that was my way of, being creative and expressing myself. Public speaking was just something I was never good at, and I feel like my parents always pushed me to do public speaking or to be a little bit more in the open eye, but I was really scared growing up, and so I don't love to public speak. But there's been so many opportunities in my career where I've had to public speak or be in that sort of situation, so I think I've just gotten used to it. But it was actually really interesting because on Friday I went to work to do this interview that they needed for our resident and fellow website, and they just basically asked me a bunch of questions about the program and stuff like that, and I had to answer. And at the end of it, the guy was like, oh, did you do public speaking growing up? I was like, what? Public speaking? He's like, yeah, or debate or something in high school. I was like, honestly, no, I don't love to public speak. I always thought I wasn't good at it. And they're like, no, you did really well. You talk very eloquently. And I was like, me eloquent? Gotta call my mom and tell her that, because I don't think she'll believe if anyone said that somebody said that I talk eloquently. Yeah, it's just crazy because I feel like I always have crazy imposter syndrome, and multiple people have said they think I'm a good public speaker or they think I talk well. I'm just I don't see it for myself, but I think that's just the imposter syndrome really hitting. Looking back at it, I think my skills definitely have improved throughout, the past 4 years. When I've been in residency, when I've been in med school and stuff, I feel like I've definitely gained those skills or gotten better at those skills, and I feel like definitely doing TikTok and YouTube and talking to a camera has helped also. I guess I have been doing better, and I need to accept that. It's kind of just hard to accept when it's yourself, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's my day, so I'm just gonna get ready for that. We're gonna do a little bit of a light makeup look, something professional but still cute, and I'm gonna pick out my outfit, which I'm really excited for. And of course, in the morning, I made my little strawberry protein matcha. It's just so good. You're getting, I think this one has 21 grams of protein. That's really good for my first morning drink. Nothing like that first sip of matcha, I tell you. I also got my products from Sephora that I got from the Sephora sale and I'm going to show you guys what I got because I am a makeup junkie. I'm a makeup addict. I realized that, and I feel so sorry for my fiance in the future. I really love being creative, and I love to experiment with different types of looks and what looks good for me, what doesn't, play around with makeup. Okay, let's look at all the things I got from Sephora. Okay, so the first thing that I did get is a bigger size of this perfume. That's my everyday perfume, Miss on Margiela, the replica perfumes, and this is in the scent Bubble Bath. This smells so good, and it has hints of soap bubble and lavender. I had the small size just to try it out, and I've been using it every single day. It's pretty much done now, so I was okay, I think I can invest in the big size now because I know I'm going to be using this perfume every single day. The next thing that I got is this Say Warm Glow, and this is, I think you just put it on your base before all your makeup as kind of like a primer and something to give you a little bit of glow. But I've also heard a lot about their Say Dew Bronze like bronzer. It's like a little applicator, almost looks like a little concealer applicator. I feel like this color is great. It's like a very bronzy, warm color, and I've heard it blends into skin really well. So we're gonna try those out today and see how I feel and how they work with my makeup. But the next thing that I got was this NARS blush in the shade Dolce Vita, and I actually have the NARS liquid blush in Dolce Vita, and I love the color. And whenever I use this, I feel like I don't have a dark shade of blush to top it off with powder, so I just ended up getting the same exact color in the powder so I can top it off, and I feel like it's so beautiful. And then the last thing was this Makeup by Mario lip gloss that I got. I got it in the shade Rustic Pink. Had another one that I had in mind that I wanted to get. Then when I got on the website, I forgot the name and I got a little bit confused between Rustic Pink and then the other shade that I wanted. So I got this and I was like, it looks a little bit too deep, like deeper than I wanted. I wanted a little bit of a lighter shade, so I was like, I'm gonna return it. But then yesterday, I ended up trying it on. I loved the way it looked on me, so now I'm not giving it back, and I am obsessed with it actually. But I feel like this is the first year that I have been feeling so much FOMO about not going to Coachella for some reason. I've never really had the urge to go to Coachella. My friends started going as a big group back in, I wanna say 2017. And that's when I started med school. So I was kind of out of the picture, not like going to these events, not going to Coachella for many, many years. And it never really bothered me. I never felt the need of like, oh, I need to go to Coachella, or oh, I really want to go to Coachella. I had been very indifferent to it. And I think recently I like got the Coachella bug. And since last year, I think I was like kind of itching towards it. I was like, I want to go to Coachella. But something about this year, I was just like, I need to be at Coachella. I don't know why I'm not there. Obviously, I never planned to go to Coachella in the past. I just caught the bug when I saw everybody going to Coachella and I had FOMO. But the funny part is that like my friends have been going consistently every year up until maybe like 2 years ago. We always had a huge squad that went. I was never part of it because I was so busy with school and residency and whatever. This is the year that like none of my friends are really going. Maybe a couple people here and there, but they don't have that big squad anymore that's going. And this is the year that I'm like, I need to be there. So I'm gonna start to plant the seed and gather the troops for maybe next year. I think that's like a bucket list for me. Hopefully it'll happen in the future, but like these next upcoming years are so busy with like engagement and wedding planning and everything too. So yeah, speaking of engagement and wedding planning, I feel like it's kind of stressful to do both at the exact same time, and that's what we've been doing. Me and my fiance, I think, like to research a lot and like to get our information about every single possibility before we decide on something. The past couple months, ever since we got engaged, has really been focused on that of like where, like location is obviously the first place. Is like you find your wedding planner, you plan your location, and then you like choose the venue. Like those are the first 3 things that you've got to do in the wedding planning stages. So we're still there. We're still like talking to wedding planners, figuring out like where we even want to do it. Then we have to book a venue once that's kind of all set. That has been simultaneously going on with planning the engagement party, and I feel like that also is a lot of work in itself. It's fun. Like I genuinely enjoy like those sort of things of like being organized and like having little Google Docs and like finding things, reaching out to people. I think that's fun. The problem is I just don't have enough hours in the day to do all that. I'm at work most of the day. When I come back, I want to focus on my health and wellness. I want to make sure I'm cooking healthy meals. I'm going to the gym and stuff like that. It's hard just like balancing all of that, and also I don't work from home, so when we're doing like wedding calls and stuff, I sometimes have to take them from work or plan them on the weekends. Usually on the weekends too, a lot of wedding planners are at the events that they're planning, like the weddings and stuff, so not a lot of them are available on the weekends. So that's why we have to prioritize the weekdays for doing stuff like that. But also then we're talking to people in different time zones. Like I'm in a different time zone, my fiance's in a different time zone, the wedding planner might be in a different time zone. Coordinating time zones while coordinating our work schedule is the challenge, I think, in this scenario. But yeah, going back to Coachella, I was just saying how I really want to go to Coachella so badly, and I was telling my friends too. One of my friends is like an aspiring DJ, and she's actually like killing the game right now and getting a lot of gigs. And my other best friend is a content creator, and she's also been doing like so many amazing things and working with brands and stuff like that. So I literally texted them on Friday and I was like, I am manifesting one of you to be DJing and one of you to be invited to a brand event in Coachella in the future. And I was like, but please take me as your +1. That would just be so cool. Like, imagine your best friend like playing at Coachella. I would die. I would be so happy. I'm putting that energy out there. I think a part of it is seeing people's content from Coachella just gives me so much serotonin. I don't know why, but I was telling my friend about this. I think it's the outfits, and I just love watching people's like get ready with me videos or like them do their makeup. I feel like it's so just like calming for me for some reason. But also just love seeing people's creativity when it comes to putting an outfit together or like doing their makeup and accessorizing with jewelry. I think like for me that's a creative outlet also. That's why I've been living for like people like Alex Earl's videos. She does such a good job of posting in real time too, which I really appreciate, because that's so hard, like posting in real time about like all the stuff that you're doing in the moment. But yeah, I think that's like a huge thing, is just like I love to see the creativity and stuff that people bring to Coachella with their outfits. And that's why I was just like scrolling on TikTok in the mornings and like catching up on everyone's Coachella videos, because it's so fun to watch. It's also fun to watch people finding celebrities at Coachella. Watching this guy yesterday that is a singer. I feel like people have probably seen him. I don't remember his name though, but he's a singer and he goes up to like celebrities and starts singing them songs of theirs. And he ran into Benny Blanco like 3 times, and Benny Blanco goes like, are you just following me at this point? Yeah, there's just so much interesting stuff at Coachella. You guys watch White Lotus. Mook is played by Lisa, who's part of Blackpink, and she performed at Coachella, and a bunch of her White Lotus co-stars were actually in the audience, like the friends and family section, like cheering her on and stuff. It was so cute to watch. Like, that's gonna be me in a couple years when my best friend is DJ. Okay, so, but I've been on such a health and wellness grind lately too, and I've been going to my Pilates classes. I've been going to workout classes. I've been just getting movement in, and that's something that I was never able to do during residency. But I've been doing a really good job of like cooking all my meals at home and making sure I'm eating healthy. I have been on this little journey of weight loss recently, and I don't want to get into it just yet, but I will tell you that I've been trying to lose the weight that I gained in residency. Oh boy, it's been a journey. It's been a learning process. I've learned a lot about myself and just food consumption in general, and you learn a lot about food nutrition, like how many calories something has, how much protein it has, and of course I'm trying to up my protein intake, as is everybody nowadays, you know. So that's been my goal so far. I hate wearing makeup to work too, by the way. My day-to-day makeup is just like a face powder, and I only wear it on the top half of my face because during COVID, when we used to wear masks, you wouldn't see like from this below. So I only used to put powder on my like under eyes over here and like my forehead. And somehow that just carried over up until now. Like that's what I still do even when I'm showing my whole face. I can't go into work with like a full beat like this every single day. It will drive me nuts. Oh good, I was just checking the schedule for this presentation because I was like, am I like which number in line am I? I found out that a couple of people from my residency, and actually my co-chief from last year is also gonna be there, so that I feel like eases the nerves up a little bit. But I also recently went India shopping. We went to India for a wedding. We were in Delhi for a couple days afterwards. Decided to get a head start on like wedding shopping and just kind of see what was out there in general, because we're planning to come back eventually for wedding shopping to India. While we're there, we might as well just start exploring, so then the next time that we come it'll be a little bit easier. It was so fun. Like, okay, I also shopaholic, if you guys don't already know. I love to shop, and I feel like trying on the Indian outfits, first of all, you just like feel like a princess. Those outfits are so big, like the skirts and stuff. They have this huge can in them that make them like poofy, like the lehengas and stuff. So when I was wearing them, literally the skirt would just sit on the ground, I kid you not, and be up to here just like sitting because the can was holding it up. And I would have to like climb into it, and like the ladies at the store were helping me climb into it because it was like a little bit complicated, and they were like helping tie it and like tie the blouses and stuff. It like just made me feel like a princess, because I was like, wow, I feel like I look so like beautiful and grand in these outfits, and it just made me really excited for my own wedding and to actually come back and shop. But I feel like I had a list of kind of what I wanted for each event, or like a general idea. But when I went to go see like what they had, I couldn't really like find a lot of the stuff that I thought I wanted. So I was just like, okay, let me just try on stuff to try on and see like what they have. So that was, I think, the fun part of it, was just like opening my mind up to the experience and seeing all the different designs, what's new, what's popular, what's like upcoming in the spring and fall. The thing that sucks is that when you go in to try it and stuff, they don't really let you take outfit pictures and videos. I don't know, I guess they just don't want their designs out there. They don't want pictures floating around and stuff unless you actually purchase the outfit. Honestly annoying, because when you're trying on so many outfits the whole day, they get jumbled in your head. I can't even remember half the outfits I wore because there were so many, and I just wish that they would let you take pictures so I remembered what was good or like what looked good on me. But I mean, overall it was a really good shopping experience, and I'm really glad that we did it. It'll definitely be easier in the future. I am just excited to go back and find some cute little outfits for the wedding. Okay, I'm gonna do my eyeliner, but I have to do it like looking at the mirror, otherwise it's gonna get messed up. Gorge. I'm just like hyping myself up right now so much because the more that I think about this presentation, I really get nervous. So, okay, I know going into this, I said I wanted to do like a little bit of a more lighter natural makeup look. And I feel like this is okay, but it's kind of like heavier than I intended it for it to be. I would have liked to go for a little bit less of a base. Maybe next time I try like a skin tint instead of a foundation, so it looks a little bit more natural, but it still looks good. I don't know, I guess I'm just not used to wearing so much makeup at work, so it's just like, it looks good though. Okay, last but not least, to top it off, this is Makeup by Mario lip gloss. Now I know why they call it like the pumping lip gloss, because it just makes your lips look so shiny and like soft. Okay, this is the finished makeup look. I was kind of concerned because I was like, I don't know if I can yap for this long while I do my makeup, but turns out I'm a yapper. I feel like it's fun when I just get to update you guys on my life and what's been going on and talk to you guys like you were my friends. Thanks for coming to do my makeup with me. Wish me luck on this presentation,